Up, Chiefs Kingdom? Noah Gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel and check out showmefootball.com for more.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com. And yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs wrapped up week 2 of preseason with a 38-10 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. And of course, one of the hottest topics of conversation coming out of yesterday's preseason game was yet another impressive performance by Chiefs receiver Justyn Ross. Throughout training camp and preseason, no Chiefs player has received more anticipation and hype than Justyn Ross. Throughout training camp, there seemingly was a new highlight video every single day posted to the Chiefs Twitter account showing Ross making a fantastic play. And then, of course, in week 1 of preseason versus the New Orleans Saints, Justyn Ross had a touchdown and wowed Chiefs fans with some of his contested catch ability. Then yesterday against the Arizona Cardinals, Justyn Ross added another strong performance to his case to make the Kansas City Chiefs main roster. And through 2 weeks of preseason and seeing what Justyn Ross can do, the hype has absolutely translated onto the playing field in the preseason games, and it looks like Justyn Ross is well on his way to making the Kansas City Chiefs active roster. Even though Ross only had 2 catches for 18 yards in yesterday's victory over the Arizona Cardinals, he showed great execution on a whip route that resulted in a 12-yard reception for a vital first down. The most impressive thing about Ross's whip route was the fact that he was able to so easily juke the Cardinals defender to get open at 6'4", 210 pounds. That kind of athleticism, that kind of route running, and a man that big is just not something that comes along very often. There was also another play where Justyn Ross faked an underneath route and then juked the Cardinals defender again to get open in the end zone, and he would have had a touchdown for the second straight week had the quarterback placed a slightly better ball. But Chiefs fans saw all they needed to see from Justyn Ross. Despite the 2 catches for 18-yard stat line, Justyn Ross proved once again for the second straight week that he is one of the most talented wide receivers in this Kansas City Chiefs receiver room. And another thing worth acknowledging outside of Ross's actual performance was the fact that Justyn Ross ran with the first team offense to begin the game. Usually when a player is getting legitimate reps with the first team offense in the preseason game, it's a good sign that they're going to make the team. And of course, some people will say, well, he also ran with the second and third teams, but so did guys like Rashee Rice and Sky Moore. We know that those guys are making the team. I think at that point, those are just important reps for those wide receivers to be getting and not an indication of them being on the roster bubble. If anything, Ross is the exact opposite of being on the bubble. It also doesn't hurt that Patrick Mahomes had some nice things to say yet again about Justyn Ross after last night's preseason win. Patrick Mahomes says Justyn Ross is a different receiver than anyone else the Chiefs have. We're going to keep throwing him out there and giving him chances, and that's from Jordan Foot at Footnoted on Twitter. And if you're looking for any sort of sign that Justyn Ross is going to make this team, look no further than Patrick Mahomes praising him at the podium. I don't think Patrick Mahomes would go up there and say something like that about a guy that he wasn't pretty sure was going to make the team. I came into this offseason cautiously optimistic about the prospect of Justyn Ross coming in here and making this team. I always thought there was 2 annoying extremes of Chiefs Kingdom. One side saying Justyn Ross is going to be the next big thing, and another saying he has no chance. I always said, guys, let Justyn Ross be Justyn Ross. If he makes this team, then I'll start to pay attention. He's got to be healthy first, and let's just preserve judgment until we actually see him go out there and hit the field. Well, as training camp and preseason have progressed, we've seen Justyn Ross on the field, and he looks like a man amongst boys. The ability to make contested catches, the route running for a guy his size, the talent is all there. Not that it was ever really a debate. The guy was a star at Clemson, and he would have been drafted had injuries never affected him. But of course, it was the injuries. Health was always the biggest question, not the talent. Everybody knew that. And now we're seeing him healthy, and the injuries don't seem to have taken away all of his explosiveness. The potential finally seems to be coming to fruition with Justyn Ross. He nearly caught a touchdown in both preseason games. And once again, the training camp hype seems to have translated onto the field. Many times we either see or hear of a player having a great training camp, but then the games come on and those players hit the field and they look completely out of place. Devin Key is one that comes to mind, the defensive back that was on this team a couple years ago during training camp before the 2021 season. Everyone was like, Devin Key looks like a star in camp. He has a chance to make this team. And then the dude got burnt in the preseason games and ended up not making the team. But that couldn't be further from the truth for Justyn Ross. He's been a revelation across the board. Given the way that Justyn Ross has performed throughout training camp and preseason and the increase in role that we've seen for him since training camp first started, I think he's well on his way to making this team, making this main roster for the 2023 season. And not only that, but I think he has a legitimate chance to contribute a lot for this team this upcoming season. The wide receiver core kind of needs him to take that step because we have a lot of uncertainty in the guys that we have. Obviously, there's Kadarius Toney's injury issues. And so I think you almost have to carry 7 wide receivers just because of the concerns with Kadarius Toney and his availability constantly, and the fact that this team doesn't have a bona fide number 1 receiver. So you want to keep as much talent as possible on this roster at the wide receiver position. And Justyn Ross seems to be a top 3 most talented guy in this receiver room. I think it's a no-brainer that he makes this team. We just needed to see it on the field. And now that we're seeing it on the field, I think he easily makes this team. And you can start to say that. You can start to, fire up your Justyn Ross hype for the regular season, because I think this guy has more than earned his spot on this team. He's been the star of training camp. He's arguably been the star of both preseason games. Justyn Ross is coming, guys. Like, I'm all aboard the Justyn Ross train. I'm bought in to Justyn Ross. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Justyn Ross is now a lock to make this team? How much do you see him contributing in the regular season? If he does, let me know down below. But with all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. Turn on that notification bell for new videos, new uploads as soon as they come out. And make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com. But that's all I got for today, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Go Chiefs!